Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. My name is Connor on Chain. Let's cover this market dump. Alright, we got Bitcoin at 10. Fear and greed is at extreme fear. That is absolutely insane. If you guys are not familiar with this indicator, this basically shows the fear and the greed in the market. And to see it at 10 is unbelievable. Usually when that fear and greed index, the lower it goes, the better of a buy opportunity across the board. Bitcoin is at 84. It is dumped like crazy over the last, couple of days here. I personally was waiting for a bounce for a month for it to come a little bit higher before it ended up dumping, but that didn't happen. So it is what it is as of right now. But the thing that you guys want to understand is looking at Bitcoin from a daily right now, this is very much so oversold. So, in my personal opinion, I don't think we're going to go much lower than we've already hit right now. Usually, when the RSI prints, its first earliest move to the downside, once that kind of chills out, that usually is going to be the final area where price kind of bounces from because it kind of signals momentum. Most of the momentum will come from this heavy swing. And then if it's going to bounce and come back down and do whatever and chop three times, make three or four bottoms, the momentum is gradually going to get smaller and smaller. So this to me, I think is going to be the lowest. I don't think we're going to go lower than where we are. This is actually where I've been calling price to dump for over 2 months now. I've been saying around 84 to 85K has been like my target area where if we were going to break and hit some downside, that is where we would be hitting. I was actually very bearish on the market right here. I thought we were going to pull this over here. But of course, like that we ended up running again. But again, when we have the fear and greed index, guys, this low, usually this is going to be your time to be buying into the market. Because I am seeing, I don't think I've ever seen the market in worse shambles than I see it right now. We're at a point now where almost everyone everyone in the market, excuse me, everyone in the market is legitimately thinking that an alt season is never coming. They're thinking the market is actually over. It's completely dead. No one thinks, a lot of people are saying it's not going to come back. Which usually, even throughout all that fear, if you go against what the crowd says, more often than not, it's usually a good thing to be doing. And now when I'm seeing the entire crowd saying that this market is absolutely ripping to the downside, people are thinking it's completely over. This is when you actually want to start buying into stuff, even if altcoins are at literal generational bottoms. Some good projects like BitTensor, Virtual, tons of different projects, guys. Even something like Sui, I would think maybe maybe Sui is a little bit lower. But even so, in the RSI, it's actually showing some bullish signals, even when price is actually going down. So we may actually be at a local bottom currently where we are. I'm not saying that we're not just going to continue to dump over the next 2 days, because we definitely could, but at least based on the RSI, even if it does dump a little bit more, I think right around current levels is going to be where price eventually does kind of bounce and chop at. Worst case, we come down to like maybe 80K. But once we bounce back up from hitting those, it's probably going to bounce back to around current levels where it is now. So, if you were actually like drawing a support level, it'd be like a range. It's going to bounce. Yes, it might break down below it, come back up, and it's going to chop and sit. So give that probably a week. That would be my bet. I don't think we're going much lower than that. ETH is still, at least holding its level fairly well. If ETH really breaks down below 2K, That is something I would very much so question in the whole market. That would be very bearish for it. And not even just ETH, but a lot of utility projects as a whole. That would be kind of sketchy, to be honest. But Bitcoin dominance still has not done anything. I feel like I'm kind of repeating my video from yesterday, but I kind of just want to make this video to at least get you guys to be thinking about jumping into high quality stuff again. If you guys have been sidelined, if you've been waiting, I think this is going to be a time to add. I personally have been buying on and off. But like I said yesterday, this is not the time to be taking, like the full out, an entire portfolio, full port trade on something. Like, still play the market smart here, even if you are down, because I know many people are down right now, including myself. But you still gotta remain, grounded mentally if you're going to play the game of crypto, right? But again, there are many coins that look very good here. Basically, the entire market. I still would say bet on higher cap stuff just because of how bad the sentiment is and how quick things can just continue to be bearish. I'd say once we get into a more, risk on or risk friendly environment, which I don't think we really are in right now. Once we get into that kind of environment, that's going to be a lot safer of a time to be jumping into higher risk altcoins. But at the same time, if there's a coin you really believe in that's somewhat holding its levels, you've seen it for months, it can't hurt to start taking very small DCAs on stuff, But I'd recommend at least taking a very small chunk of your portfolio, adding it to some of your favorite coins at the lows here, and start doing that consistently, even as we go lower. I would highly recommend that. I'm not a financial advisor, though. I'm just some dude on the internet talking, giving my opinion. But of course, just maintain your risk from here. If you have to put stop losses in place, absolutely do that so you don't lose your shirt on a single trade. But that's kind of what I want to cover, guys. We are in extreme fear. I don't even remember personally the last time we hit 10 on this scale. Like I said, I don't even think back in 2024. I don't even think over here we were at 10. I still think it was at like 24 or 25. Even over here, still same thing. It was at like 20. I remember maybe like 15 to 18. I don't remember it going this low in history. So outside of that, that is what I wanted to show you guys. Give a little update again on the market. But I do have a lot of different stuff coming there. Honestly, are a lot of newer altcoins that are building some good things. Lots of newer narratives I feel like are going to start emerging over the next few months as well. Outside of AI, and some of the most prominent ones today. So a lot more videos coming on a lot of that stuff soon. But outside of that, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.